Yo, what's going on, guys? Just in Manchester at the minute. Look, I just wanted to jump on here and give a little bit of a warning, really, especially to any ecom founders watching, because every single year I see the same mistakes over and over and over again. And look, the truth of the matter is, if you miss out on what I'm about to share in this video, it's going to cost you money in missed revenue. It's going to destroy your cash flow cycle. And ultimately, it's not only going to have an effect on the rest of this year and your busiest period, but actually the first quarter and into the second quarter of next year as well. There is a big opportunity when summer rolls around, and especially get to August and sort of get to the end of summer. Now, the big opportunity is, whilst all other ecom founders are doing Euro trips or taking the foot off the gas and enjoying the summer, sat in beer gardens or whatever they're up to, what they fail to understand is the real big brands, the big businesses, they are all planning for their biggest sale events. Okay, so we're talking Black Friday and Christmas, really, and, Halloween. Now, these sale events, when treated properly, this is the difference between selling, hot dogs to starving people or hot dogs to someone who's slightly hungry and they can get a burger next door, right? When you're selling throughout the year, people are not in the spending mood. But when Black Friday comes around, all consumers at every layer and every level are conditioned to spend. Now, what this means is you have to put as much effort as possible in taking advantage of this sales period. Now, what most brands do is they think they've got plenty of time. They think it's winter, with summer right now, winter's ages away. And then they get a little bit busy and they put it off and they put it off and they put it off. And then they end up scrambling some bullshit marketing campaign together 2 weeks before. Look, the amount of money that brands like Represent, for example, are making around these sales periods would absolutely blow your socks off. People forget that it's not just about the cash, because you might be selling some stock that's dead stock and you want to just liquidate it, right? Now, it's great liquidating that stock, but you're not just after the cash, you're actually after customer data. So when you're able to make a lot more sales and get a lot more customer data and put a lot of paid traffic behind your site, and you can get way more customer data, well, you're meant to be using that customer data to sell back to those same people at Christmas time, right? Because everyone buys at Christmas, which is shortly after, and everyone's conditioned to spend at that time. And not only that, but also your next year, right? And the way in which bigger brands do this is by retention marketing. So you've just got to think, if you're going up against someone who's had a good Black Friday, they've got all that customer data, and if they're doing retention marketing properly, specifically email, they are reselling to those people, okay, later down the line with the zero customer acquisition cost, okay? So they're increasing the lifetime values of the customer and they're not paying the acquisition cost. So when you look over a 12-month time scale, right, the following year, they are selling to a vast majority of people again and again and again. And the larger that you can make a dent in these sales events, that is the bigger that cycle is going to be. And ultimately, that is what spills onto your following year, right? And look, let me just tell you something. If, I know some people that are running brands and they might be doing small amounts, 10K, 20K a month in sales, right? You can do that from spare bedroom if you like. Well, if you're not growing, you're dying, right? That's the thing about e-commerce. You have to be looking at these periods, not as like a nice thing to do. Oh, let's do a little sale. We'll put a little 10% off. You need to be treating these like they're the most important things that come around all year, because for e-commerce, they are, right? They are. So some of the clients we're working with, we're putting together a new way of doing things for Black Friday, helping them come up with a full strategy. If you're ever wanting to start taking your brand seriously, now is the time to do it. Because whilst all the other founders are off on fucking boats in Spain, right, you can be using this time to prepare. And the more time you prepare, the better your sales going to be. So you want to be designing your emails. You want to be designing your pop-up form. You want to be getting your ad creatives together. You want to be sitting down with your team and then asking everyone, what are we doing for this Black Friday sale? Don't be just doing 10% off. Come up with something creative. Do you want to get a new product for Black Friday? What's the sale? What's the angle? What's the offer? How are you going to display that in the emails? How are you going to do? Are you going to do SMS as well? Think of these things ahead of time. Make them. Get them all done. Treat it like you're trying to get so ahead, and give yourself time to have iterations and different ways of doing things. And decide when you're going to start scaling up your ad campaigns as well, because you don't want to be doing that 2 weeks before. You want to get ahead of the curve. And now, in August, this is the time to do it. Maybe you're watching this in September. Still do it earlier than other people, right? Now is the time to get ahead. So look, I hope you've had a nice little summer. People are still at it, right? I'm just in Manchester this weekend. I'm at an engagement party. I've been working all summer though, to be honest, right? Get ahead now. August is when everyone's chilling. So if you're getting ahead and you're working, you're going to have a more successful business than them. And that's how the game works. So yeah, just a little warning. This is a heads up, guys. If you're not taking action right now and you've got a brand, I don't know what to tell you, buddy.